right, Keith, here we are, Tulsa Nationals finals getting ready to go on in the room next door. Champion by Design in the house. Give me a how the kids sing. I saw some kids over here checking it out.
Kids have been great, coming in and checking out the CBD stand and learning about the mental aspect of wrestling and the benefits of what Enrique does. So it's been a great experience. We've had a lot of traffic come through.
For people that might not have seen the product before, give us a little breakdown of what it is, how it started, its intentions.
I've been working with Enrique ever a long time ago, since when I was training. And my athletes coming up through the training center, I had to do the same concepts in mental training that Enrique's passed on. He's put a lot of the bells and whistles and put the massage tables with it and the lighted laser lights that messes with your sensory nervous system, and then put the headphones on, so it's reinforcing warm-ups, what you're supposed to do there, positive reinforcement on stuff you might have a problem with. It helps you get over the mental obstacles that we have. So you have the training aspect of it, where you got the physical and the technical, and then you have a lot of people that are the top 10 in the country, and that little inch is the difference. That mental edge, the person that hesitates for a second or doesn't hesitate, and this is the practice area where he gets that.
Yeah, so it's interesting to me, people will always tell you how mental of a sport, a sport like wrestling is, and then you see, our training we spend, we're in the weight room, we're drilling, how often are people spending time working on the mental side of the sport?
I think the top upper echelon people are. The lower echelon haven't got there, and it's before people kind of shied away from it, and the people now that competed back in the 90s and stuff started practicing it, and they realized that it was another aspect that was neglected, and that was a really important part of wrestling. And I think it's the difference between being the superstar and just being great at the sport. It gives you the extra, the missing link, I like to call it.
So tell me, if someone decides they're going to start using this, what can you expect to feel, or in the short term, and then what's going to happen over time with it?
Over time, it's a huge difference. I'll say when I first did it my first year, back when I was in the Marine Corps for Olympic trials and stuff, there was people I was having close matches with, or I'd lose 1-0 with, and I did mental training every day for a year, and I beat those people by 8 points from technique. So it made a huge difference for me, and that really made me believe in it. Then I started passing it on to my athletes, and I saw a huge difference where they had close matches, and it really makes a big jump. It's not a little jump. You'll feel empowered within a week of using it. You really buy into it, you understand it. And some of it's having a trust relationship with the person that you're working with, an individual relationship with them. Because some of the stuff are obstacles that not everybody has. Somebody might have a different obstacle than another person. It's a mental obstacle that they build over time, or something that happened in their life, or something that they're holding superstitious and they do all the time. When that breaks, that stops their success cycle. They think it does, but it doesn't. So it's kind of overcoming the mental blocks that you've built up for some reason. It could be a little thing that you think silly, but it's really important for you to address that little thing, and that makes a difference when you get over the hump and taking the next step into your wrestling career, or whatever it is. So it's really interesting how some of the little stuff that we think's nothing ends up being something big, and once you face it, it's nothing, but addressing that mental thing and having the confidence, or even having being unafraid of challenging yourself to face what you're nervous about and admitting to it to somebody, and then attacking it.
So is a program like, is it something that's individualized to somebody, or is it some pieces of it that, hey, this is a general idea or concept that
to some extent it's individualized, but there also is some programs like pre-warm-up and stuff like that, the programs that you said that can be generalized for some people, and then you make little tweaks. You always be in contact with Enrique or somebody that you're working with, and they're always making little tweaks to it and giving you suggestions. What program are they going to use? How can I use this? Or hey, I like that. Can I add this to this recording? So you're always tweaking it and adjusting it to where it's person specific.
Gotcha. So is there like a piece of, I'm like thinking of back of when I was competing, and times for me that were hard were even maybe between matches. I have a long break and I'd be like uptight and couldn't relax. I feel like by the end of the day, I was exhausted. Like even I might only wrestle 3 matches, but just knowing that there was a match coming up, feel stress and wear me out.
To recover. So that's what people maybe have a misconception about this too. It's not just about hyping you up for the matches. It also, there's some athletes, like look at the 133 pounder from Iowa. He's wound up. He's on 10 all the time.
Yeah.
So like maybe some of him, you want to calm him down. And there's other people that are really docile and quiet, and they need to get amped up. So you do a program to kind of hype those guys up. So you kind of find your good competition zone. And then in between matches, you don't want to be wound up, wasting that energy. So you do a program where you calm down and you bring it down to where you're settled down and calm, and you're not worried. Your nerves aren't going 100 miles an hour. Where you can learn to address that and maybe shut off the negative thoughts, or say, hey, it's time for me to rest and think about something else other than wrestling, so that you're not stretching yourself out and wasting a lot of energy all day. So yeah.
So how about like, let's say I even have a long time before my next competition. Is there like something that you can use throughout weeks that's like subtly adjusting your, is that how it's supposed to be?
Yes, that's how it works too. You program, it's better, like we do little zaps here where we help the person, and they do the classes and they do listen to the mental tapes, and as far as getting them ready for a competition here, this kind of gives them a taste of it. It's much better when you can do a long-term schedule, and then you work on little things throughout the year, and the problems will adjust, and you can do where you're talking about the techniques they're hitting, and you're talking about each move, and they end up visualizing that, and that helps them, because with the injuries, it helps great for recovery there. Because like when I was hurt, I'd study a lot of film. Well, when you're watching film, your muscles are firing, so it's like you're doing the technique even though you're not actually physically doing it. So it's kind of the same thing when you're laying in bed and you listen to stuff and you talk about the moves. You're visualizing that in your head. So it's a great way to get repetition in and get your mind clicking and see the picture.
I'd like to dig into a program, just check it out sometime.
Yeah, we should.
Tell me some. I mean, I remember in 08 being around, and Henry was using it. Then he shocked the world. Tell me some of the other kind of success stories or people that use the product and good things happen.
Stephen Niels used it. Henry Cejudo's used it. Who else? Bubba Jenkins has used it. Clarissa Chung used some mental stuff, same process. We didn't have the bells and whistles he did, but I had her on the same program and the same philosophy that we're using here, and she ended up being the bronze medalist in the Olympics and world champion. All my athletes did some kind of mental training. I wasn't necessarily using the electronic stuff, but it was the same concept and philosophies that Enrique's using. All my athletes use it, and I've seen a change of them, especially when I get an athlete that freezes and it's really good in the practice room, but when they come to a competition, they hold on and they're tight and they don't open up and they don't wrestle freely like they do in practice. They kind of put handcuffs on themselves because they're wrestling to not lose. They're not wrestling to win. You gotta forget about it and wrestle 2 arms and 2 legs when you're in the practice, in the matches, and not worry about how good that person's supposed to be, and that gives you a chance to win. So it kind of takes away that roadblock, and that's one of the big roadblocks a lot of people have, and it's alleviating that hesitation where you're not worried about the consequences, and you're getting to wrestle position, living in the moment, and you're looking to score, and that's when the magic happens. You're not worried about the outcome.
Yeah, I feel like you're speaking directly to my challenges when I was competing. If I wrestled the same guy, and there are times not knowing who a guy is, and then crushing a guy that on paper was probably, better than me, or 2-time state champ or whatever, versus a guy that is supposed to beat me and then not finishing my positions or anything. It's such a, looking back, such a roadblock. I know that is something that probably lots of athletes feel.
And my athletes right now that I don't even tell them to look at the brackets. I don't want them to know who they're wrestling. I don't even want them to worry about that. I just want them to have fun and step on the mat and worry about getting in scoring positions, and then at the outcome they can look back, hey, I wrestled this guy and this guy and this guy, but not look at the accolades that guy did before he wrestled. Don't put them on a pedestal. Make them earn it every time. And I think we have a problem with doing that, and we make somebody put them on the top of the mountain instead of making them earn it every time they wrestle. And that comes with how we coach. It shouldn't be win, win, win all the time. It's about going out, competing, and doing your best. And it's okay. If you mess up and you fail, it's all right. Get back up. It's not all right not to do your best.
Yeah.
It's not all right to be a good sport. You got to be a good sport, and you got to do your best every time. If you do your best every single time out there, you can't help. And that's about implementing that into these young kids at an early age. So when they get up to the elite level, they're already programmed and they already know how their mental game works, and they can stop all the negative and they can just go out there and wrestle at an elite level. It's great when you can see that happen.
It's an interesting concept. You know, what I'm thinking about right now is I know that you guys are applying this in wrestling and combat sports, but like the idea of doing it like people that are like hardcore in the business world and like on Wall Street and like getting themselves mentally ready for for a day or a meeting or a presentation.
Everybody has the same problem. I'm just every wrestling's big motto is that it teaches us all the life lessons.
Yeah.
And it's true. If we apply it to real life and we actually apply the stuff we've learned in wrestling to real life, we're going to be successful. And in the business world, people get nervous when they got to talk to their boss, or they get nervous when they've got an interview to do, or they start a new job. Just like we're going to a new tournament, or we're a young kid, we go to a new tournament, we're nervous there. Or we know we got a good guy, we're nervous there. We got a new coach, we got to talk to him. So these are all kind of the same things. We have a tough day at work and we don't want to get up in the morning. You know, we as wrestlers, we have to practice when we're tired. We get up and go to work no matter what. People that at a normal day of the job, they had a rough day and they might not get out of bed.
Yeah.
And they just haven't been through an experience where all that kind of stuff, the mental stuff will help. Hey, get up out of bed. You're okay. And mentally take a 10-second break or 10-minute break, you know, listen to a tape and do an energizing one where it rejuvenates you and clears your head and say, hey, I am okay. And pretty soon, if you believe it, you'll start feeling it and you'll start doing it. And you can make yourself feel better. In 96 Olympic trials, I was sick as a dog right before those trials, and went to the U.S. Nationals, not the Olympic trials, and I wasn't sure I was going to wrestle. It's how bad I was. And we practiced doing my mental tapes and do all that, and I told myself, hey, on the day of wrestling, I'm going to feel good, and I did. I felt great all the way up to the final match, and I started feeling bad again. But for that whole tournament, and then I got sick as a dog right after. So you can mentally make yourself do a lot of things that you don't. Your mind has a lot of power that we don't even tap into. So, and I'm sure there's other people eventually that are going to add upon what CBD's done, and we're still learning and growing there. I think there's a whole another aspect out there that we still haven't realized. So it's a nice journey to be on.
Awesome. Where can people find out more and get in touch with you guys?
CBD.com and hook up with Champion by Design. Yes, right. And then hit up Enrique.
Awesome. Well, pumped talking to you guys. Pumped to check out the product a little bit deeper. You got anything else to share?
No, sir. Proud of you guys and enjoyed watching your shows and look forward to the future.
New show, Girl.